at 5.
How long have you been standing there?
Well, I mean, it's such a lovely image, I had to soak it up. A young mother-to-be in the throes of creation.
I'm working on a design for a choker.
Who's going to wear it? Asa?
Was there something you wanted, Kane?
Thought you might be knitting baby booties by now or something.
Not yet.
Not ever, from what I hear.
You're beginning to annoy me.
You know, at first it was just a suspicion, but now I'm sure. Asa thinks you're pregnant. Asa's in for a big surprise.
Get out of here.
Come on, Blair. You're no more pregnant than I am.
Excuse me. Catching up on correspondence, son?
Oh, Cassie. Hello. Yes, in a manner of speaking, I am. A little research for my book. This letter was dashed off by Victor Lord to your mother when they were courting.
She gave you his letters?
Yes, she did. Be very helpful for my book. If she hasn't revoked my permission to use them.
Why would she do that?
We parted this morning not very cordially.
Yes, she mentioned that to me.
Uh-huh.
Son, I know my mother's been bothering you with the latest bee in her bonnet.
Exactly which bee is that?
This idea that she has that you and Vicki are having an affair. Son, I hate to say this, but if I were you, I'd be very cautious around my mother.
Cautious? Why?
Well, when she gets a notion, it's like when a dog has a bone and won't let go of it.
And we innocent bystanders should just duck, is that it?
Well, let me put it to you this way. Have you ever tried to take a bone away from a hungry dog?
Dorian, what do you want?
But do I have to want something? Can't I just drop by to say hello?
You can, but you wouldn't.
Well, I came because I'm happy. Yes. And I felt like sharing, stopping the presses. It happens so seldom. But then so seldom do I meet a man like Sloane Carpenter, if you know what I mean.
You and Sloane?
Well, yes, I think so. Something's going on, something wonderful. I just hope that things don't get in our way.
Things? What do you mean by things?
Oh, silly things like, say, some other woman setting her sights on Sloane. Oh, for heaven's sake, don't look so shocked.
I admit I am surprised, Dorian, that you are still able to shock me. But these snide allegations about Sloane Carpenter and me, you take my breath away, Dorian. You really do.
And you insult my intelligence, Vicki. Oh, please, I know all the telltale signs of secret affair. The chance meetings that aren't really chance. The claims of innocent friendship. And the sudden outrage that you're attempting now when someone confronts you with the truth. You know, if anyone in this room should be shocked, it should be me. I just didn't think you had the guts to go through with this sordid liaison. It's not like you, Vicki. It's almost sophisticated.
I am married to a wonderful man whom I love and adore. And believe me, I have every intention of hanging on to him and to my marriage. So, in fact, I'm quite happy to leave all the sleazy one-night stands to you.
Oh, good. Then if you're telling the truth about how important your marriage is, then stay as far away from Sloane as you can. Is that clear?
I'm not sure. Are you threatening me?
Oh, Vicki, dear, I am merely pointing out the obvious. That as a good investigative reporter, I owe it to my readers to, well, to bring the shadowy hanky-panky of the very important figures into the light. And discretion being your middle name, I'm sure you wouldn't want that to happen to you.
What a sad, small-minded, pathetic excuse for a woman you are.
You know, if someone moral said that to me, I would be offended. But coming from a high-minded tramp such as yourself, it means nothing.
You know the way out, Dorian. I forgot. Subtlety is way over your head. Get out.
I meant what I said, Vicki. My reader's gonna lap this up like a hot fudge sundae, and the cherry on top will be your reputation.
What story is she talking about? What's going on, Vicki?
You make it sound as though Dorian is out to get me.
Does it sound like I'm trashing my mother? Because I love her a lot. But my mother is a very lonely woman, and sometimes she acts strange in relationships. Like, she gets this idea in her head that she's going to end up lonely again. And so sometimes she holds on too tight to people, and that frightens the people she cares about, like me or like you.
Yeah, but your mother and I barely know each other.
Well, that makes you a conquest.
Oh, I guess I should feel flattered.
Well, no. My real fear is that you're being used as a pawn in this game that she thinks she's playing with Vicki.
What is that all about? Okay? She nearly foams at the mouth when Vicki's name is mentioned.
Ancient history. The two of them have been rivals for much too long, and enemies, really. Vicki never did like my mother, and my mother can't stand Vicki.
But why? Why the bad blood?
My mother has had to fight hard to get where she is. Whereas Vicki, in my mother's mind anyway, has been handed everything on a silver platter. Without even trying, Vicki has been able to attain this stature and respectability that my mother never could. Not even when she married Victor Lord, which didn't help to endear her to Vicki either. And then suddenly Victor Lord was gone, and I don't think Vicki ever forgave my mother for the marriage or for his death.
Does Vicki think that Dorian is somehow responsible?
Sloan, I wouldn't begin to answer that question. You'll have to ask Vicki yourself. But I do know that this feud between them has been smoldering for a long time. And it's about to flare up again because of you.
So, now you are not only a publisher, a film director, oh, let's see, what else, a con man, you are also a gynecologist. You can look at me and tell me if I'm pregnant or not.
No, I'm not that talented.
Then where do you get your diagnosis?
Your mother. Is that a close enough source for you?
My mother, the nutcase, as I once heard you call her?
Let's call Addie confused. It's a nicer word.
Well, she is confused. And certain subjects tend to set her off. My having a child, for one. You see, she wants to be my baby herself. She doesn't want me to have another. That's why she thinks that I'm not pregnant, Kay. She gets her hopes confused with reality.
Well, Blair, why don't you just take my advice, huh? Head for the hills while you still have a chance before Asa finds out that you're not pregnant. I mean, you've got everything you want from your sugar daddy, right? You got wealth, power, your own jewelry company. Why don't you take what you have and split while you can? Give Asa back to Renee.
You have got to be joking.
But Renee still loves Asa. You don't. Why keep him?
Is Renee aware of the fact that you are matchmaking after the divorce?
What difference does that make?
I just wonder where this generous impulse comes from. It's not like you, you know.
Renee's had some tough times. She deserves a break, that's all.
Oh, well, she doesn't have the same warm and fuzzy feelings for you.
What does it matter? This is not tit for tat, Blair.
What is it then? I'd go so far as to say Renee hates her guts.
I owe her. Leave it at that.
You owe her? What could you possibly owe Renee? Unless she was telling the truth all along. Were you the one responsible for breaking up Renee and Asa?
Now introduce...
Cocktail, Mr. Rogan?
Well, aren't Bloody Marys bad for the baby?
This is a Virgin Mary.
I'm biting my tongue.
Cheers to Renee and your obligation to her, whatever it is.
Let's just say to Renee.
You'll grant me that it's surprising to hear you admit that you owe anybody anything?
I'm a surprising fellow.
Was it something that she did for you that you feel you need to pay her back? Or was it something you did to her that you need to atone?
Look, Renee is not the point here, all right? You are. Or should I say that little bundle of joy that Ace is expecting you to deliver?
You remember what happened last time when you tried to make Asa think badly of me? He kicked you out on your well-tailored butt.
Well, don't fret, little mother. It's you who'll do the packing this time. And I suggest you hurry it up. Because if you leave quietly, I won't have to tell Asa the truth.
And what truth is that?
No, this makes a lot of sense. A riderless motorcycle smashes through the front window of the Banner, and who do you think of first when you're rounding up your usual suspects? Me.
Yeah, and the fact that the bike was stolen, don't forget. That also made that light, that Marty Saybrook light, go off in my head. Listen, Marty, we have an eyewitness.
Who?
General manager of the Banner, Bo Buchanan. Listen, Marty, he picked you out in a lineup. This is going to be an open and shut case. So why don't you just save us all a lot of trouble and just confess, huh?
Okay, I stole this motorcycle and I smashed it through the front window of the Banner. And I'm also responsible for Hurricane Andrew and the recession. Can I tell you how much better I feel now that that's off my chest? Huh?
Marty. You know, it's a good thing you've got a sense of humor. I mean, you keep that sense of humor because it's going to make you a very popular girl on cell block 17.
Has he got out the rubber hoses yet?
Hello, Nora.
No, I think we're still working on veiled threats.
Are you Marty? Yeah. Don't say another word to the stormtrooper.
Well, who are you?
And why are you here?
I am defending you.
That's funny. I thought I'd retain John Russell.
Well, I'm his partner now, and he's handed over your case to me. Is there a problem? Oh, don't tell me you're one of those women who doesn't trust women.
Is there a problem?
Those don't sound like idle threats to me.
Oh, Bo, come on. Every word out of Dorian's mouth is idle in one way or another because she doesn't believe in anything. So nothing she ever writes or prints has any point. It's all mindless exploitation.
Whoa. What is this juicy story that she thinks she can get out of you?
I have very little idea and even less interest.
Why do I get the feeling that Sloane Carpenter is rearing his handsome head?
Someone give me strength.
Okay, all right, hold on, before you get all steamed up. That's what I'm here for right now. I want to apologize. Vicki, there's some people that I hate to fight with because their love and their friendship, I just don't want to lose. You're right at the top of the list. You're one of those people.
Then why did you make trouble for Clint and for me?
I never intended to do that.
Oh, come on, Bo. You went and reported to Clint. Oh, I saw Vicki and Sloane together. And then you were so rude to Sloane on the telephone when he called to speak to me.
Well, that's why I'm apologizing right now. They have a legal term. It's called guilty with explanation.
What is your explanation?
I love my brother. That's all. I don't want to see him hurt.
I don't want to hurt him in any way.
Well, I know you wouldn't do it on purpose.
I wouldn't do it at all. I love him, too. More than you could possibly know. I only wish he knew it.
I'm sure that he believes that, and for what it's worth, I believe it, too.
Then why can't you trust me? Well, how can you even conceive the idea that I would betray Clint with Sloane Carpenter?
It's not you that I don't trust. It's that Sloane.
Well, he's an honorable and a decent man.
And he's a man in love with you. Or you may wish that he would leave you alone. I don't think Sloan is the kind of guy that would give up. I don't think he can. He probably believes that he's gone this far and it's too late to turn back now.
I have made it painfully clear to Sloan that Clint is my whole world, and he always will be.
Well, maybe he heard the words, but I'm not so sure that they sunk in. Because if they did, then Sloan would have to admit defeat. And I don't think a military man like him can do that, not without one hell of a fight.
Even knowing that he can never win?
Yeah, but while he's trying to win, what's going to happen to you and Clint? Huh? All these little misunderstandings that you're having right now, they're going to get worse and worse until you've reached the point of no return and your marriage is just in like little pieces that are unfixable. Are you willing to let things go that far?
Asa, would you like a drink?
No. But I'd like someone to answer my question. What was Kane talking about when he said he might be forced to tell me the truth? What truth?
Well, Kane, he thinks that I might be making a big mistake.
And what would that be, honey?
I'm thinking about going public with the stock for Blair Daimler Designs.
That is a big step, honey.
Yeah, well, that's what I was telling Blair. I said she should consult you first.
And I was about to reply that Blair Daimler Designs is my company. Now, you know I appreciate your advice, but you told me yourself I don't have to come to you every time I want to make a business move.
Lady's right. Company's hers. Everything from the necklaces and earrings all the way to the brooches.
Well, aren't you concerned whether she's going to sink or swim?
Kane, you should father a child someday. Know what it's like to watch a little toddler take those first big steps. You want to pick the baby up, but you have to step back. Let nature take its course.
Fine. Well, I hope your little baby doesn't fall down, Blair. I was just offering some friendly advice. I'll see you later, Asa.
Blair, how cold a day in hell is it going to be before you and Kane get along or maybe even be friends?
I don't know. Kane's already made a few overtures that were a little more than friendly, to tell you the truth.
What does that mean?
He keeps making these little remarks about how nice he thinks I look or how well I wear my clothes.
What's wrong with that? You have to be blind not to notice these things.
But it's not the observations themselves. It's how Kane looks at me when he makes them. Like I said before, I always feel uncomfortable.
Am I following this? Are you saying Kane Rogan is hitting on you, my wife?
Bad news?
Do I look grim?
No, you look worried. I hope I didn't frighten you about my mother.
No, it's a warning I'll heed. See, there's nothing going on between Vicki and me. But then a jealous person doesn't act rationally.
No. I had to learn from my own sad experience.
Yeah, well, that's why I'm making these calls. I think I'd track down Vicki. Tip her off that Dorian is on the warpath.
Any luck?
No, Joey said that she's working late at the Banner. I think I'm going to stop by there right now.
All right. Sloan, I hope I wasn't intruding.
Cassie, I appreciate your concern. I'll see you later.
Oh, Sloan, I was hoping I'd see you here.
Dorian, I was just on my way out.
Oh, well, can't you stay for a few minutes? We'll have a drink.
I'm sorry, I have to go.
You're still angry with me?
No, I'm not.
Oh, believe me, I would understand if you were. It seems every time we meet that it all starts so promisingly and I say or do something stupid and you head for the hills. But this time, I promise, we'll have dinner, and after dinner drink, we'll do some dancing, and I will not mention Vicky's name all night.
That all sounds very appealing, but I really have to go. Maybe another night.
You two look so happy here.
It was a long time ago.
Oh, come on, it wasn't that long ago.
It was a lifetime ago, Bo. Megan was still alive. Cord was still alive.
I know you two have been through some terrible times lately, but in the past, it was like you could always help one another out through terrible times because your love for one another, which is so strong. And lately, it just seems like you've lost the feeling that you can lean on each other.
You know something? You are so right. That is exactly what we lost. But Sloane Carpenter has nothing to do with that. Sloane Carpenter is a very tiny part of this problem. If Clint and I were still close, Sloane wouldn't even be a problem. But, Bo, there's a gap between us. And it's been there quite a while, and it is getting wider daily. And I don't know how to bridge it. Oh, no, it's worse than that. I don't know if I even want to bridge it.
Why? What? No. What's happened?
You know, it's like I woke up one morning and I found this total stranger in bed beside me. I mean, he looks like Clint and he sounds like Clint, but he doesn't act like the Clint I've always known and loved. This Clint is so full of hate. And I spent so long wondering where this man came from. And then one day I really scared myself because I realized this was just Clint. But I was seeing a side of him that had always been there, and yet I had always managed to turn a blind eye to it.
What do you mean, full of hate?
What specifically?
Yeah.
There's lots of things. During this whole long, sad custody battle, Clint has treated Leanne with such contempt. He treats her like she's a common tramp instead of a poor kid who made a mistake. He has egged Kevin on to be as vindictive as he possibly can. And not just to Leanne, but to Jason as well. He seems to have no respect nor interest in loyalty or in tolerance. You know, this summer, when Joey decided to stand up for his friend Billy Douglas, Clint was so furious with him. Do you know why? Because Billy Douglas, a kid that he had always admired and liked, turned out to be gay. He told Joey, "You must not have anything to do with this kid ever again. You are to cut him off." And this at a time when Billy needed friends more than anything. He demanded that Joey toe this bigoted line that he was laying down. Bo, I watched this happening. I was stunned. I was shocked. My husband joining sides with the town's hate mongers?
I don't think you're being fair. I don't think Clint's changed.
Okay, was it there all along? I don't know. I know this, though. I don't like this Clint. I don't respect this Clint. He frightens me, Bo. And that fear is poisoning everything that is between us. And I don't know how to save it. Do you?
One Life to Live will continue in a moment.
Listen to...
You make me smile. I love the funny things you say. Day in, day out, you chase my blues away. Sometimes you're crazy, sometimes you're wild. Woo! I gotta tell you, I like your style. Tomorrow at 9. Right here on Channel 7. 'Cause every day, somehow, some way, you make me smile.
Could you help me with a little reality check here? This lawyer who says she's defending me and this district attorney who wants to throw the book at my head, they're friends?
Well, not exactly. They used to be married.
I'm doomed.
You know you're wasting your time.
No kidding. Why is that?
Well, we've got an eyewitness. They saw Marty running from the scene of the crime.
Oh, so it's the eyewitness's word against Miss Daybrook.
happens to be a solid citizen.
He doesn't happen to work for the Banner, does he?
General manager. And Marty here has a rap sheet a mile long, and it's getting longer.
Anything serious?
Mostly petty stuff.
So, in other words, it's a fat cat who is going after a delinquent kid. What, for the thrill of the chase? And where's that old presumption of innocence? Oh, my goodness, there it goes, flapping its wings, flying away.
Nora, just save your grandstanding for the jury, because I am not impressed, okay? But I am curious about something. I mean, why would a hotshot lawyer like yourself take on a nickel and dime case like this? Now, don't tell me that you've lost your magic touch for the center ring.
I haven't lost my touch at all, Hank. You shall find out when we go duking it out in court.
Oh, baby, I can see that you are looking forward to it.
I am looking forward to going against you into the breach again. Yes, I am. And I can't believe they found a ring big enough for us to go 15 rounds.
Would I be out of line here if I said I'm not sure if I want to be in Madison Square Garden for the two of you? Like maybe I should look for a different lawyer.
You can look all you want to, honey, but you're not going to find a better legal eagle. Or one with a stronger motivation, because I am looking forward to cleaning this fellow's clock.
And I am shaking in my briefs.
The same way he used to shake in your sleep. He used to have the most god-awful nightmares.
Doesn't seem to anymore.
Well, that was when he was around long enough to cozy up to.
I had a job, Nora.
And what do you call what I had? A hobby? Something that you let me do long enough, as long as it gave me enough time to go home and clean the house, take care of the kid, walk the dog, and make a spectacular Jell-O mold?
Your Jell-O mold was a disaster. I know it. You know it. The dog even knew it.
Okay, you two. Enough. Now, will the gingham dog and the calico cat please go to your separate corners? Now, Hank, you were taking me out to dinner, remember? And I usually do not like to butt in, but I am starving and also have to get back to the hospital, okay?
You'll excuse us. We can talk about this later.
Fine. Oh, can I use your office to confer with my client?
Sure, be my guest.
Well, you two were at each other's throats pretty fast.
Professional courtesy. Why don't we get down to business? First things first. Did you do what you're accused of doing?
What, run a motorcycle through a plate glass window? Not.
Okay. So, do you know this person who says he saw you doing this hot dog stunt?
He's a guy named Bo Buchanan.
Bo.
Yeah, one of the local gentry.
Bo Buchanan. Well, I guess I'm just going to have a little chat with this solid citizen.
You must have misunderstood, Kane.
Well, it's very possible. Nothing Kane ever does or says is direct or straightforward, so maybe when I thought he was coming on to me, he was just trying to be friendly in his own clumsy way.
Well, that's got to be it. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. He's been putting too much time and effort into making a good impression on me. I mean, why on earth would he jeopardize that in such a low-down, unforgivable way?
You're probably right, and I may have been overreacting.
Blair, I'm not saying I don't believe you and having these feelings. If they keep on, I want to know.
All right.
And if Rogan lays a hand on you, I want to know that too. I will kill him.
Oh, I'm sure he'd never go that far.
Right. But you never know. You never know with people. Sometimes you trust somebody all your life and they turn in the blink of an eye.
Is that what happened with you and Renee?
Oh, forget that, honey. That's all in the past.
Well, I just don't want to repeat the mistakes that Renee must have made, the ones that cost her marriage.
Blair, the only way you could hurt me the way Renee did is you hold on some other love from the past. Renee could not let go of that scum, Carlo Hesse.
And you honestly think that she had feelings for Carlo before he was killed?
She kept his love letters he sent all these years, so you tell me.
How did you happen to find those letters?
They fell out of a book one day, but the letters weren't all of it.
You know, maybe somebody planted them. I mean, didn't you think, for a while at least, that Kane was stirring up this trouble?
You know, Renee accused him of that. But if she was sneaking behind my back, she had to blame somebody, and Kane, of course, denied it.
And you believed him?
Kane Rogan did not manufacture those letters. Those pieces of filth were written by Hesse to Renee. The letters were real, and they were disgusting. And on top of it all, the worst thing of all, Renee kept them. Now, why would she do that? Because Hesse had some hold on her. That was the bottom line, Blair. My marriage couldn't survive that. And you know something? I am mighty glad it did. Because you, honey, are the greatest thing that ever happened to me. Not only that, it gets better. Because you're giving me a son.
Yes, good morning. This is Lionel Montague. To whom am I speaking? Miss Summers. Well, you are Dr. Goldstone's receptionist, correct? Ah, good. Perhaps you can help me. I'm treating one of Dr. Goldstone's patients, Mrs. Asa Buchanan, and, well, it's for addiction to smoking, I'm afraid. And, well, here's the rub. You see, she's told me she's pregnant. And if she is, well, that would drastically alter the therapeutic process. Yes, that's correct. So, I was wondering if you could fill me in on the pregnancy, you know, how far along she is, are there any complications, that sort of thing. Well, yes, I understand that you don't usually give that information over the phone, but... Well, yes, but this is an emergency. As I say, you don't make any exceptions whatsoever. Well, all right. Thank you. Cheerio. Gotta find proof if I want to scare Blair enough to make her leave Asa. But how? Of course, stupid. Blair doesn't have to know that the doctor didn't tell you she's not pregnant.
I am starting to see a pattern. You are pumping iron for this boxing match that you're about to have with your ex in court. And the fighting between you two is about Marty Saybrook. And she is getting lost in the bobbing and weaving, isn't she? Just like Rachel got lost, you know, when you were trading punches with Nora all those years.
Listen, sweetheart, Rachel is what we were fighting about.
Exactly. Just like Marty Saybrook. I mean, it's this great excuse for you and Nora to go at it.
Come on, baby, we were just doing our job.
Yeah, and looking forward to it, too.
Wait a minute. Come here.
What?
Now, I can't believe this is possible. But are you jealous of Nora?
No way. It's just that I don't want to have a punching bag relationship with you myself.
Look, neither do I. I swear.
Also, I don't want to be caught in the middle. You know, while you and Nora are flailing away, I won't put up with it, Hank. Clear?
Clear.
Good. What?
It's even clearer now. How much time did you say we had for this dinner break?
Well, it was over 10 minutes ago.
Oh, damn.
Well, I might as well be late for a decent reason.
Oh, yeah? Mm-hmm. And how decent do we have to be?
Well, work it out, counselor. Come with me.
I'm so sorry. I was in such a hurry.
Well,
I've spilled your drink all over you.
It's all right. It's all right.
I'm sorry.
It's just club soda, so a little red wine ought to get it right out.
Someone told me I could find Bo Buchanan out here. You wouldn't happen to know who he is, would you?
Well, I'm not sure that anybody really knows who he is. He's a complicated guy.
I was a klutz. I apologize. Do you have to be cute?
It's a tough job, but somebody...
I have a migraine, I'm sure.
Well, you know, it's too bad that he's not here, because he has a wonderful cure for migraines.
Oh, he does? What does he do? Hit you over the head with a sledgehammer?
No. See, now I think you're assuming that he's like me, and he's not. He's a terrific guy.
Who's doing his best to throw an innocent girl in jail?
I am. I mean, he is?
You're Bo Buchanan.
Who are you?
I'm Nora Gannon.
Any relation to Hank the Cannon Gannon?
Yeah, once upon a time, but not anymore. Now I'm representing the Saybrook.
Since when?
Since you came forward with that cockamamie story.
Oh, wait a minute. No, wait. What's so cockamamie? I saw what I saw.
You looked up, you saw a motorcycle coming towards the banner window, and you said, gee, I wonder who she is. Let me get a good look.
No, the rider was wearing a helmet.
No, but the helmet popped off when the rider hopped off the bike?
No, she was still wearing the helmet.
Well, then how did you know it was a she?
Because when she started running...
Oh, well, all clumsy, like a girl.
No, that's when she threw the helmet off.
Oh, so in the blaze of the noonday sun, you said, gee, that looks like Marty Saybrook.
No. Actually, I didn't know her name until I picked her out of a police lineup.
Oh.
And it wasn't noon.
No?
No, it was late at night.
But there must have been a lot of lights. What do they call those, sodium vapor lights?
No. Actually, the light at the corner was out, so it was fairly dark on that block.
And you caught a glimpse of the back of a figure running down a dark road late at night, and you said, gee...
No, look here. You can use every trick in the book on me when I'm on the witness stand. But I know what I saw, Mrs. Gannon. So if fighting a losing battle is what turns you on, then you go right ahead and you defend her. But Marty Saybrook is guilty.
Can I ask you a question, Kane?
Asa. Sure, what's up?
Every time I see you these days, you smile at me. Is that the smile of friendship, pure and simple? Or is that the look of a fox who's just been handed the keys to the hen house?
What are you talking about, Asa?
Simple question, Rogan. I'm away from this house. A lot of time, you're here alone with my wife, a beautiful woman.
Yeah, and your wife, like you said.
Yeah, well, she happens to think you're having a little trouble remembering that.
She what? Oh, man, I don't believe this. What, are you telling me what? She said I'm coming on to her or something?
She is getting that impression.
You know, Asa, I give up with Blair. There's no pleasing her. You know, I'm doing exactly what you told me to do and nothing more, all right? I mean, I'm nice to her, I'm friendly to her, and this is what I get? That I'm trying to jump her bones? It's unbelievable.
All right, Kane, settle down. I was sure Blair was imagining things. I had to ask.
Asa, I think you know how much your good opinion means to me. I mean, when you and I were in the outs, I felt like I was in exile.
You know why I kicked you out that time? You were bad-mouthing Blair.
I understand that, and I've learned my lesson. I'm trying to get along with Blair. I'm doing the best I can. Look, Asa, all I want in this world is your trust. I would never betray you or your marriage.
I'm glad to hear that. Because of one thing I will not tolerate. That is betrayal.
I just wish I knew specifically what it was I did to make Blair think I was hitting on her, you know?
It could be her vanity. She knows she's a beautiful woman. She figures guys are hitting on her. It makes her a little nervous.
Well, I've not been hitting her, Asa. I promise you. Well, if you're looking for my wallet, it's over there on the nightstand.
I thought you'd left.
No kidding. Asa wanted to play some liar's poker, so I thought I'd come get my money. Surprised to see any of it's left.
I didn't come into your room to pick your pocket.
Oh, really? Tell me, Blair. Oh, maybe I shouldn't get so close. You might think I'm trying to get a quick grope in or something. What the hell are you doing in my room?
Mother? What's wrong?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. So how do you look when you're happy?
Herb used to serenade me with that song. Someone to watch over me.
You miss having someone looking after you?
Yes.
Is that why you're pursuing Sloan?
I'm not pursuing someone who's already taken. I mean, I got all my fun out of that with Jason, you know?
Who says Sloan is taken?
Well, nobody will admit anything. I do know that there is something between Vicki and Sloan, and I intend to find out. She can deceive old poor Clint, but she's not fooling me.
So you're going to stick your nose into her business. Mother, what good is that going to do?
Oh, is that you?
Hello, Vicki.
Sloan. What are you doing here?
Tomorrow on Home, the hottest antique show of the year. You'll get a sneak preview, plus the truth about ghosts from real-life Ghostbusters. Don't miss Gary Collins and Sarah Purcell. There's no place like home. Coming up, Ned tries